Hello everyone, I am Sarita Rawat, Assistant Professor, School of Pharmacy, Suresh Gyan, Vihar University, Jaipur, Rajasthan. Today we will start our next lecture of Pharmaceutical Microbiology. The topic of today's lecture is Antiseptic and Disinfectant. Before going through the lecture, first, we have a learning objective. So today's learning objective is to study about antiseptic and disinfectant. To study about medical significance of antiseptic and disinfectant. To study about various type of antiseptic and disinfectant. Now, learning outcomes of today's lecture is upon completions of this lecture, you are able to know about antiseptic and disinfectant, medical significance of antiseptic and disinfectant, various type of antiseptic and disinfectant and their use. Starting from the introductions, antimicrobial, what are antimicrobial? Okay, so the substance that are derived from the natural or synthetic sources that kill or inhibit the growth of microorganisms such as bacteria, fungi, protozoas are known as antimicrobials. Now, what are germicides? So while we are talking about the germicides, so germicides are a group of drugs that are available to inhibit the growth, development or leads to death of microorganisms in the environment surrounding to patient or on the surface of the body. So especially agent which inhibit or kills microbe on content, they are known as germicides. So they have low margin of safety, non-systemic use and non-selective antimicrobial agent. Now, what are germicides? So, we have categorized the germicide into two categories. The first one is antiseptic and the second one is disinfectant. So, while we are talking about the antiseptic, so anti means against and septic means emitting a fetid smell. Okay, so that means the chemical substance which are used to destroy or inhibit pathogenic bacteria, not the spore but the cells or on animate like living surface such as skin, eyes, mucous membrane as in the mouth washes. Okay, so now in 1879, Lister, father of antiseptic surgery, developed the antiseptic and they falls under drug controller agency of the government. Now, coming to the disinfectant, what are disinfectant? So, chemical substance or germicides which are used to destroy and inhibit the growth of pathogenic vegetative bacteria, not their spores, on immediate non-living surface such as glasswares, surgical instruments, for example, formaldehyde, phenol, ethyl alcohol, and soaps. So they fall under control of Environmental Protection Agency of the government. So the process concentration dependent killing. So antiseptic and disinfectant are often added to easily available everyday utilities like soaps, toothpaste, mouthwashes after our saving lotions. Now, some ancillary terms like which come very commonly while we study about the disinfectant and disinfectant. So, while we are going to study the disinfectant and antiseptic, so these are some terms which come like again and again, and they are very useful, and we have to know about them. So the first term is sterilization. So what is sterilization? Freeing an article, freeing from microbes. Okay, so freeing an article, a surface or a medium by removing or killing all microorganisms including vegetative bacteria, spores, fungi and viruses from that surface. Okay, so usually sterilization is affected by autoclaving at 151 B pressure of steam at 120 degrees Celsius for at least 30 minutes. So basically sterilization is to killing or removing the microorganisms from some utilities, some articles where we have to perform basic cleaning things. So it is the ultimate goal of any infections control protocol. So whenever we perform any delegated things, so we have to like sterilize that things properly so that the microbial contamination doesn't occur. Then other method also include infrared radiations, ultraviolet radiations, and gamma radiations. Now, what is decontamination? So, the second term is decontamination, which came again and again when we talk about the antiseptic and disinfectant. So, marketed destructions of valuable pathogenic organism to label that will allow a healthy person's natural defense to prevent any infection. So, that is called decontamination, like decontamination of water. Then the next term is sanitizations. Okay, so sanitization is reduction in microbial load from an immediate surface to a level set forth by public health development of environmental agency. Like these labels are considered acceptable for the health of the populations. Like in COVID situation, we have to suggest that every person have to sanitize their hands and their every utensils, everything, so that the viral contamination can be decreased. Now, the another term is pasteurization. So, what is pasteurization? Pasteurization is commonly a process of heating milk or other liquid or semi-solid for about 30 minutes at 60 to 80 degrees Celsius, which kills the non-sporting microorganisms and prevent the growth of foodborne pathogens for a specific period of time, like we do in our daily household with milk. So we pasteurize the milk to free it from the contamination with the other pathogenic microorganism. Now the next term is preservation. Okay, so what is preservation? Preservation is to preserve the efficacy and to prevent the deteriorations of the drug formulation up to its expiratory period. So we have to preserve the particular product, particular things to till their expiratory period came. So we have to add some preservative also. Okay, so a preservative may protect the drug from oxidation process. For example, benzyl alcohol 2%, benzoic alcohol and its salt 0.2%. So these are some example of preservative that is used to different kind of formulations to preserve them till their expiratory period. Now, what are the ideal characteristics of antiseptic and disinfectant? So when we talk about their ideal characteristics, so they have a high affinity, they should be highly effective, like they have a broad spectrum they have a broad spectrum activity, they have the ability of sporocidal, they have a ability to kill all the forms of microorganisms, then they have to be rapid onset use, they have to be long duration of action, then they have a sidal action, not static action, because sidal action is more important in that microorganism already killed, but in static action only the growth of microorganism will be stopped, not their like they kill the bacteria. So our antiseptic or disinfectant should be bactericidal. Now, they have to active in the presence of blood, pus, excuse, and excreta, and not resistance, and they do not follow, they do not possess the resistance whenever we use them, because that will be very like long process. Then we have to change our disinfectant and antiseptic for the bacteria, so the resistance maybe play a very like it will make a complications. So, the another ideal characteristics of antiseptic and disinfectant include non-toxic. So, it should be non-toxic to human use or animal use. So, they should be non-irritating to the tissue, should not delay healing, and non-absorbable, and no hypersensitivity seen. So they have to be chemically stable so that we can use them very easily in our day-to-day life. Now, what are ideal antiseptics? So, ideal antiseptic added advantage are they have to be non-staining and agreeable color and odor. They have to be, they could be like added to soaps and non-corrosive in nature. And what is the mechanism of action behind disinfectant and antiseptic? So when we see it, their mechanism involve oxidation of bacterial protoplasm. So they can be make a oxidation with the bacterial protoplasm. For example, KMNO4, H2O2, and halogens involved in this mechanism. Then denaturation of bacterial protein and enzyme. And for example, we have phenol, chlorohexene, alcohol, aldehyde, and they have been a detergent-like action, increasing like permeability of the bacterial membrane. For example, soaps and citramide. Now, what are the factors modifying action for the antiseptic and disinfectant? So, the first factor is temperature and pH, then the period of contact with the microbes, nature of the microbes involved, then size of the inoculum, and presence of the blood, pus, or the organic matter. Now, what are the general use of antiseptic and disinfectant? So, when we see the general use of antiseptic and disinfectant, so asepsis before injections, it can used for the like to protect from the sepsis. Whenever any person is going to be inject something in like we most commonly we use it before injections to prevent from the sepsis. Then in surgical uses, it prevent from sepsis before surgery, and scrubbing and sterilization of the surgical instrument. So they are widely used in the like medical areas and in your hospitals, in your OTs, operation theaters. Then it also used in the cuts, wounds, and lacerations to prevent or to sanitize from the microorganisms. Then it also used in the disinfection process of hospital premises. Then for water purifications and domestic disinfectants. Now we have a classifications of disinfectant. They are also known as pharma god. So P for phenol derivatives, so which include phenol, cresol, then we have hexachlorophene. So these are some phenol derivatives that are used as an antiseptic and disinfectant. Then we have halogens, H for halogens. So halogen are iodine, iodophores, chlorine, and fluorophores. Then we have alcohol. Alcohol include ethanol, isopropanol. Then we have aldehyde. So aldehyde we have formaldehyde and glutaldehyde. Then we have specific active agent, surface active agent. So surface active agent commonly involved cimetidine, benzalkonium chloride, and then we have bugonides and chlorhexidines. Then we have soaps also. Soaps include of sodium and potassium. Then metallic salt. Metallic salt, we have silver nitrate, silver sulfadiazine, mild silver protein, zinc sulfate, calamine, zinc oxide. Then we have acids. Acid include boric acid, acetic acid. Then we have some gases also, ethylene oxide. Then we have oxidizing agent. Oxidizing agent include KMNO4, hydrogen peroxide, benzyl peroxide. Then we have some dyes. It include gelatin violet, methylene blue, gelatin violet, methylene blue, brilliant green, and polyflavin. Then we have some miscellaneous agent also like nitrofluorazone. Okay, so these are some common example of disinfectant and antiseptic. Now, coming to one by one point, so we have phenol derivatives. So phenol derivative mainly carbolic acid include one of the earliest used antiseptics and still the standard for comparing other germicides. So it is most widely used and like it is the most previously using like antiseptic we have nowadays. So weak agent static at 0.2%, so it act as a static in 0.2%, and bactericidal at more than 1%, and poor action bacterial on bacterial spore, but protoplasmic position is strong action. Now, what is the mode of action of phenol? So, it has denatured bacterial protein by irritating or toxic to the tissue, and it has mild local actions used as antiuretic preparations. So, it is mostly used in antipyretic preparation. Now, when we talk about its use, it is used in disinfectant of urine, feces, pus, sputum, antipyretic, and preparation mouthwash. So it is very widely used preparation. Now, talking to the side effect of phenol derivative, so it can cause buccal, esophageal, gastric burns, scars, and stitches. Now, the second we have methylphenol. So, methylphenol came in casserole. So, it is 10 potent than phenol and less damage to the cell. Its use include disinfecting of utensils, excreta for washing hands, irrigation of root canal. So, it is widely used in that. Now, the next we have Dettol. Dettol is very common and well-known household antiseptics. So, it is non-corrosive, non-irritating into the inert skin and no stain. It do not it do not kept any stain to the person. Now, 0.8% commercial use is like available. Dettol 9%, terpenol plus 13% alcohol came into the container. Now, 6.25% instruments, it is used to clean instrument. Then it comes into cream and soaps also. Lubricating obstructive cream 1.4%, and its use is included in surgical antiseptics, skin creams, mouthwashes, soaps, wounds, and cuts. So mainly it is used in cuts, wounds, and like used as a mouthwash and for surgical antiseptics. So it is very most widely used. Now the next we have hexachlorophene. So hexachlorophene is a potent chlorinated phenol, and it is odorless, non-staining, and non-irritant soaps. So it has a sustained action. It is good for gram positive and poor for gram negative and sporous bacteria. So it is used as antiseptics for surgical scrubs, toilet product, and uh, deodorants and skin infections, fluorosis and carbonyl. And for the baby bath product, it is used in the less than 2%, and the side effect include of hexachlorophene is it can cause neurotoxicity for the neonate babies while it is used in more than 2% quantity. Now, we another product we have triclosan. So triclosan is used in the liquid soaps, dentifrices, and mouthwash. Then we have thymol. Thymol is mostly used as antiseptic and mild local action effect. Then it is used in cough drops and dentifrices and acne and mouthwash. Now we have razosinol, so it is less potent than phenol. Then the use of razosinol is it is used as antiseptic in the ringworm acne infections and keratolytic and antipyretic effect in the eczema and psoriasis and dermatitis. So next we have hexyl razosinol. It is used in mouthwash. So as you can see, this is the Listerine. It is mostly used for the mouthwash. It contains methanol, thymol, methyl salicylate, and urylitopin. Okay, so this is mostly used for the mouthwash. Now, oxidizing agent. So, oxidizing agent include potassium permanganate. So, potassium permanganate is highly water soluble and like it is used in 1 ratio 4,000 to 1 ratio 10,000 solution for Conde's lotion in Conde's lotion, and it has an antiseptic action also. It is used in mouthwash and it is also used in wounds and for domestic use it is used for disinfections of utensils, vegetables, fruits, purification of water, ponds and wells. Then in gastric larvae it is used in alkaloidal poisoning. And in septic it is used in the quantity of 5%. Now, talking about the side effect of potassium permanganate, so it can cause burns, blistering, stains, rusting, and sensitive to light. Now, next we have H2O2. Advantage is non-toxic, colorless, odorless, effective against anaerobic bacteria. Dermatitis is it has a weak antiseptic and to be kept in bottle. Then the use of H2O2 is it is used in like in dental. When we talk about the dental use, so it has used for mouthwash in 3%, dilute with water, stomasus cavity preparations, and then bleaching agent. It is also used for bleaching agent for tooth stains. So in the quantity of 30% H2O2 plus glycerin plus pumic. So this is the combination for bleaching agent for tooth stains. Then when we talk about the surgical use of H2O2, so it is used in 3 to 6% for wound cleaning and slot removing. Then removal of earwax, it is also used, and then deodorant as a septic for 25 to 30% it is used. Then we have a benzyl peroxide. So benzyl peroxide liberate O2 oxygen and it kills anaerobic microphilic bacteria and keratolytic and chemotolytic properties. So to remove warts and other lesions in which the epidermis produces excess skin, so it is most widely used. So it most commonly used of benzyl peroxide is in acne. So 2.5 to 10% cream, it is used as an antiseptics for the treatment of acne. The disadvantage of benzyl peroxide includes it can cause burning, stinging sensation, then a local erythema, then darkness of skin, then scaly edema. So it and the side effect of benzyl from peroxide are also like in like it can cause serious effect also to the patient. Now we have halogens. So halogens, we have iodine and eye releasing agent. So it has a rapid action, it has broad spectrum, and it has not really inactivated by the organic matter. And it has a microbial agent, iodines, and oxidized microbial potassium. Now, when we compare it with the chloride and Cl releasing agent, so it has rapid action, broad spectrum, really inactivated by the organic matter, and it has a microbicidal agent, and it has cholinergic and oxidizable microbiome potassium protoplasm. So these are the difference between the two halogens, iodine and chloride. Now, when we talk about the halogens, so iodine basically used in 1 ratio 20,000 solin kill vegetative form and antiseptic use. It is used in, as a antiseptic. Now, tincture iodine is used in 2.5% in alcohol. Then Mengel's thyroid plant is used in 1.25% in potassium iodide for the sore throat. Then we have counter irritant also. It is used as a counter irritant and for the water purifications. And the adverse effect of the drug reactions include of iodine is it can cause corrosive burns, blisters and rashes to the person. It can left out the stains. It can cause irritant actions. It is less duration, it has a less duration of action, and it has to be kept in dark color bottles. Now iodophores. So next we have iodophores. So iodophores are soluble complex of iodine. It has slow release of free iodine and non-irritating, non-toxic and non-staining action. It is used in povidone iodine, polyvinyl and propionyl iodine solution. So most basically this is used for burns and cuts and for boils and fungicide, funguslosis, bungs, otitis, external excreta, urea, vagina, surgical scrubbing, and as a disinfectants or endoscopic instrument. It is mostly used in tinea infections. Like in tinea infection, it is used in the 5% cream solution ointment. Then it is also used for the dental uses. It is used in the mouthwash for gargle in 2%. Then it has also analgesic action. So iodine 4% cream analgesics, it can give the analgesic actions. Now, next we have chlorine. So, chlorine is highly reactive, potent germicides, which is used in disinfections of urban water supplies. For example, Cl2 gas in 0.2 to 0.4 ppm. Now, chlorophores. So, chlorophores compound release hypochlorous. Okay, Now we have type 1 chlorinated lime. So that is called bleaching powder. You ever heard about the bleaching powder that people use bleaching powder to clean the pools, wells, and then household water tanks. So it uses mainly including disinfection of drinking water, swimming pools, sanitizer, tooth stains removal. Now, the next we have sodium hypochlorite solution. So, it is used in 4 to 6% disinfectant in dryers for milk casins, lab disinfectants, and biohazard spill management. Now, it is also used to clean equipments, antiseptic, root canal therapy, and also used as bleaching agent in like in the dentistry. And then it is used, the darkened solution is used to dilute solution hypochloronate buffered with the boric acid. And then it is uracil. It is used as chlorinated lime 1.25 plus boric acid. It is used to like clean the things and dissolving pus, blood clotting, necrotic matter, and clean infected wounds. So there is lots of use of the use. Now, when we talk about cationic antiseptics, so cationic antiseptic include detergents cidal to bacteria. They are very bactericidal to bacteria. Then they are fungal and viruses. They are also bactericidal for fungal and viruses, non-irritating, mild, keratolytic in nature. Then, when we talk about the use of cationic antiseptic, so it used in sanitizer as an antiseptic, disinfectant for surgical instrument and gloves. Then we have citramide. So citramide is soapy powder with faint fleshy odors, and it is used for wound cleaning from dirt. It is also used as a skin disinfectant. Then it has an anti-plague agent and as antiseptic surgical instrument and utensil cleaning. Now, cytyl peridyllium chloride. So it is used in the mouthwash, anti-plague agent, and lounges. Now, next we have benzalkonium chloride. So it is used as a strong of sterilized surgical instrument. So we can sterilize the surgical instrument with benzalkonium chloride. Now, the next we have soaps. So, soaps include anionic detergents, weak antiseptics, sodium or potassium salt, or large chain fatty acid. They have emulsifying agent effective against gram positive and gram negative bacteria. They are used for cleaning action, and sodium lauryl sulfate are also used most widely to as a bactericidal nature. Now, when we talk about chlorohexidine, so chlorohexidine is a cationic begonite which is highly powerful on irritating, colorless, odorless, and antiseptic. So, spectrum of activity of chlorohexidine include it is active against gram-positive bacteria, then moderately active against gram-negative bacteria. So its mode of action include its disrupt the bacterial membrane, and it is effective in the presence of pus, blood, organic matter. Then it exhibits the residual activity after repeated use. Then Savlon liquid antiseptic, for example, we have chlorohexane gluconate in 1.5% plus catrimide 3%. It exhibits the enhanced efficacy. Now we have formulation ability, that is lotion, creams, washes, and then aqueous solution. So that all are the example of chlorohexidines. Now, as you can see, the Savlon, it is also most widely used in the household. So, Savlon is the combination of chlorohexidine, gluconate, and citramide. Now, the uses of Savlon is in bathing, neonatal bath, and surgical scrubs. And when we talk about its dental use, it is used for mouthwashes, including candiditis in 0.1 to 0.2% of mouthwash. Then it also used in aqueous solution in mouthwash, which decrease the dental plaque accumulation. And it also used as abstracts in 1% cream and skin antiseptic and cleaning of the wound 0.05% aqueous solution. Then it has a preoperative cleaning of the skin. It is widely used for preoperative cleaning of skin in 0.5% solution in 70% of alcohol. Then it has anti-plague agent which prevent the periodic disease, so which include in catechination and cystoscopy gel. It is used in the form of 0.2% chlorohexidine plus xylosine. So, disinfection of hydrophilic content less than 0.002 to 0.005% of chlorhexidine. Now, the side effect include it can cause yellow brown stain, it can alter the taste and mucosal soreness. Now, the next we have alcohol. So, the mode of action of alcohol include it precipitate bacterial proteins and it is a cidal action. Then, when we talk about the ethanol, it has an effective antiseptic on skin and it is not on the mucous membrane, and it has a rapid action. It is cleansing agent at 40 to 90% concentration. ADRs involve burning sensation, injury, irritants on the mucous membrane. It is used for wounds, cuts, degramming of the skin before injections, degerming of the skin before injection. For example, we use isopropyl alcohol. Now we have next aldehydes. So aldehyde, when we talk about the mode of action of aldehyde, so it denaturates bacterial proteins. It has a protoplasmic positions and it is a formaldehyde formulations. It has slow antiseptic, broad spectrum sporocidal use. It is used for as a disinfection of surgical instrument in 2 to 8%, and it has a prevention of dead tissue sample in 4% aqueous solution. Now it can also have a like wide variety in fumigations, urinary antiseptic like methamine, and the ADR include of aldehydes is it can cause irritants and no oral use. It is not used in the oral preparation. Now, the next we have aldehyde. So, aldehyde include glutaradyl, glutaraldehyde. So, glutaraldehyde is a stilizing agent, less irritating, less pungent, broad spectrum, non-inactivated by the biofluid, and it is activated at the alkaline pH, and it is used for cold sterilization, disinfection of surgical instrument, endospore to be kept for 12 hours, and it is used for hospital disinfectant of patient and OTs. Now acid, we have acid. Acid is boric acid we have. So boric acid has a bacteriostatic and weak antiseptic action. It is non-irritating. The use include irritating to eye in 4%. It is used in mouthwashes, and boroglycerine paint is used in 30% for stomatitis, like glossoptitis, and cuts and absorptions, and pricky heat powders, eardrops, irrigating blunders. So these are the use of boric acid. Then when we talk about the ADRs of boric acid, so it include vomiting, abdominal pain, diarrhea, visual and kidney damage. Now, acetic acid. So it is oldest antiseptic we have, and it is effective against pseudomonas. And salicylic acid we have. So salicylic acid is a bacteriostatic, and benzoic acid it is a fungistatic. Now, metallic salt. So, metallic salt include mercury compound. So, mercury compound is bacteriostatics and poor antiseptic. It has low TI and it is inactivated acid enzymes. So, then we have ammonium mercury. Ammonium mercury is 5 to 10% ointment and dermatophytosis, and it is also used in anal pertussis. Now, phenyl mercury nitrate. So, phenyl mercury nitrate is used in the tincture remedies, and it is used as a preservative also, and it is also used in otitic and ocular preparations. Now, we have a the next we have silver compound. So silver compound include estrogen. Estrogen react with the SHCO4 and PO4, and when we talk about the silver nitrate, so they have a slow AG release, so they rapidly kill the microbes. The use is ophthalmia, neonaturations, then it is used in ulcer also, epilepticus ulcer. Then in the dermatitis, it is used as black discoloration of tissue, silver sulfazine. So it is used to no black discoloration, and it is used on the ointment in the burn and effective in the pseudomonas infections. Now zinc salt. So we have zinc salt. Zinc salt is astringent and mild antiseptic actions. They, for example, we have zinc sulfate. So it is water soluble, and the use include eye and ear drop, mouth washes, eye washes, for acne, and lotocalamine zinc, and in anti precipitants. Now the dye, we have dye, complex organic substance derived from the coal tar. For example, crystal violet or gentle violet. It has a rosaline dye, active against streptococci, gram-positive bacteria and fungi. It is used in the alcoholic solution 0.5% for fluorochlosis, bed sores, chronic ulcers, effective eczema, thrush and ringworm infections. It is also used in dermatitis for poor efficacy against gram-negative, and in the presence of pus, blue stains of skin. Then we have brilliant green. So it is used in resolute dye. Then acridine dyes are also used for as a antiseptics, anti-disinfectant. So we have proflavin. So it is orange yellow acridinic dyes, active against gram-positive bacteria and gonococci. It is sensitive to light and loose efficacy, effective in the alkali pH, non-irritant, and is used as a chronic ulcer wound, burn dressing, triple dye location, gelatin violet 0.25% plus bluant green 0.25% plus aciflavin 0.51% for burns dressing in the umbilical stump in the neonates. Then it is also used as dermatitis to be stored in the amber color bottle. Then we have fund derivatives. So fund derivative include nitrofluorozone. It has a sidle for the gram-positive and gram-negative aerobic and anaerobic bacteria. It inhibits the enzyme for carbohydrate metabolism, and its use is effective in burn and skin grafting. So this is the toxicity, as you can see, chronic toxicity for skeletal fluorosis. So this person is having the skeletal fluorosis, the side effect of fund derivative. So this is all about your antiseptic and disinfectant. Now we have come to quiz. The quiz is already the quiz question involved from the your whole lecture that we already studied. So the question include, what is the relationship of disinfectant and antiseptic? What is the difference between disinfectant and antiseptic? What factor can influence the effectiveness of disinfectant and antiseptic? What are the factors to consider while using disinfectant? What properties must be present to make a disinfectant or antiseptic useful? What are the three labels of disinfection? Is Lysol or disinfectant or antiseptic? Is a hand sanitizer a disinfectant? Which chemical is most powerful disinfectant? Which is what is the example of disinfectant? So you can easily answer these questions while going through the whole lecture. We have already covered all the questions answered in the lecture. Now, the reference include Pharmaceutical Microbiology, Backwell, scientific publication by Oxford, and then we have a Microbiology third edition by V.C. Brown, publisher, Oxford, then Microbiology, Pharmaceutical Microbiology by Dr. N.K. Jain. Then some of the information are taken from the slides here. So you can definitely check out these references for the further knowledge and the deep knowledge. And we have already covered most important things, most important information about disinfectant and antiseptic. So this is all for today. And till then, thank you, and thank you for kindly listening to me.